Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2019. It's our stage racer on episode number 24 now. Big decision to make here. We just leveled up, so level 12 now, and this time only the skill point, but what to do with that skill point is finally a big question. Networking, yes, that's the last one we leveled up. We could continue with the contacts of interest. However, with 2, already starting to get the impression that it's probably going to be enough to do what we need to do. And we would find out maybe by the next level if it's still not quite there yet, if we needed one more level. So I could put that point elsewhere. But then what? The charisma? Not yet. Definitely not that one. Information? Still don't care. World Tour, I want to know that. Going against the best, I want to know that. Right now, I'm pretty content lacking that knowledge. So passion, same thing. Observation? Yeah, I could see that being more effective, so I bump that up the list, possibly with willpower right now. And then we're looking at race bonuses, things that alter the gameplay a little bit, and I have not gotten into that area yet. Right now I'm leaning towards willpower and then observation. But I am curious about those, so let's read a little closer and see what we're working with here. So technique, stand out thanks to your understanding of your bike and the way you handle it. So bike handling, cobble, downhill, maybe. Stealth, be more astute and inconspicuous during maneuvers to bluff opponents. From my understanding, what this means is if you attack, they're not going to pick up on it immediately, meaning you could slip off the front for a couple seconds before they catch on, meaning it's a little easier to actually get into a breakaway or attack late in a stage. Not quite that type of rider. It's more I'm going to ride you off my wheel over time. But that could certainly be useful. Now here's the intriguing one, Super Leader. You have the role of leader in a race. It enables a teammate to momentarily surpass himself for you. I don't know if you apply this directly, but to me it seems the equivalent of giving a gel to a teammate. You give them a little bit of extra life, energy-wise. That's useful for a stage racer. Very useful. So, super leader, willpower, observation. Observation to the back burner. So, willpower or super leader? Well, let's read the willpower. A few times in a season, turn the tide and reverse an expected negative race day condition. So, basically like a bad weather day, because my fitness is always going to be high. I'll be set in that manner. The weather's really bad, I could maybe overcome that, and that's what the willpower would be used for. So, which way to go? Which one to try out first? I don't necessarily want to cheat in racing. It almost feels like that. I haven't gotten there yet. Let's do the willpower first. It's 2 bonuses for the season. The super leader one, it gives you 1 bonus every race. That's a little more frequent.
Undulating route, so it will be a tactical race.
Welcome to La Flèche Wallonne. One of the big races of the year, one of the big classics. And I was hoping for a leader role in this one. It does not happen. I get the teammate role, even though no one is given leadership status. So we are so far below the bell curve on this one that we're just looking for TV exposure, work at the front of the group, or get in a break. I'm the work at the front of the group and maybe squeeze into the top 25 type writer, so I have to waste a bunch of energy to work. And that means we're going to try to work early on in this one. Move myself up to the front. There we go. And we begin that work. Now, I'm set it as 70 right now, and that does seem to be enough, and we are getting credit. Always got to make sure that that's actually the case. Let's set it for a 68, see if we're still up here. Yep, here come the attacks. CCC, AG2R, Vincent, Affinity. Oh, that was FDJ, sorry. Groupama FDJ. Toyds, Mizkich, Plankart. Among the many attackers in this one. Oh, the guy tried to get into the break, trips up right in front of me and takes me down with him. That's nice. We're up to 4K is all I have credit for, really. Now, this is why I like being at the front. Peloton hasn't even left me behind. So I could just go right back to working at the front. We're going to go times 8 speed for a little bit, though. Step back in this one. Gonsalves. Yeah, that's right. Gonsalves. And there you go. Back on front. 8K, 25% knocked out. 50%. 5 riders off front, 2-minute lead. Coming up, first climb of the day. And if you haven't noticed by the profile, that's what La Flèche Wallonne is. A lot of short, punchy climbs, including a very steep finishing climb. 75% of target. Of course, I've wasted some energy, but it won't be a ton. But unfortunately, I will not have any team support. Now, 125. What's that going to be? 7.5 additional, so 8K. We need 38 to get the exceptional bonus. Again, add 25%, round up. And there you go. Back off. Work done for the day. Let's go have a party. As in, the feed zone is going to come up and we're going to eat some food. And celebrate somebody's birthday. Because, somebody in the Peloton's got to have a birthday. If not today, this week. Right? 175 people together. You've got almost a 50% chance, though. Somebody's got a birthday that day. Got to have a near 100% chance that at least somebody had a birthday that week. So, party time. Lauren Barguil, pull on. They're partying pretty hard right now on the ground. Partied so hard they hit the floor. Okay, so clearly rolling through the forest. I'm not sure if this is the Ardennes forest or not. I'm not sure what part of Belgium we are in for La Flèche Wallonne. But knowing where the Wallonne region is, it's probably the Ardennes forest that we're rolling through. Okay, starting to get to that point. Here we go with the climb. So 2K, 250 meters of climbing over that short stretch, 5% gradient, flattens out near the top. This one's not bad. Not bad by any means, but they're going to get a lot worse. Let's go times 2 speed through here still. Set to an 86, so I should have no problems staying up near the front, but we're going to really start to see the pace in the peloton pick up quite a bit, leaving riders behind, and it's going to be a lot of attrition. I don't think we're going to just suddenly see a small group of riders race off the front. This is going to be more of heavy rate of pace, and then just 10, 20, 15 dropping off the back. At the moment it's 89, but I think most of that's going to come back together. There you go, 170. But over the next 2 climbs or so, we should start to see the first groups being dropped. Apparently, we're still almost split right down the middle. I don't think that's going to hold. Next one is 1.3K, the Côte de Charavet, 7.8% gradient, so it's a steep one.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
Got a glimpse of the breakaway around the corner there, but that's a 3-minute lead that they've got for the moment. Peloton's back together. Quite seeing that separation, but I think over the top we'll see a group this time that may not regain contact through the next climb. Especially since we are about to descend and then go straight up again. Also, this will be the finishing climb. So what we just went over is the penultimate, and here's the finishing climb. It's 1.3 kilometers, but it's 9.4% average gradient, and you can see it's really steep in the middle. It's the Mur de Huy, however you say it, sorry. I know I've heard it before, but some French words I could do, some I don't. Okay, little accelerations here at an 86. That's my mountain rating, so that's pretty solid through there. That's an 83 rating for me, meaning without much effort, I could turn a pretty good pace through there. Sit up. That's the finish line that we just went through. Two and a half minutes to those 5 riders. Now we've got 81 riders. I know some will probably remake contact, like those 7, maybe the 45. Beyond that, though, this might be it. I think that first group, those back groups at least, they are done for the day. We are now onto a circuit. It's what, like a 3 times through circuit, 3.5 times through circuit. Back to the initial climb. This was that first climb we did, 2K, 5%, 250 meters. Côte de Rif. That's where we came onto it. I think where we just turned. That little turn off, that little T there, anyway. Now, in terms of the splits, most of my team is in the chase group. In fact, the entire team outside of Restrepo and I are in that chase group. Gonçalves, Soto, Deboc, Rodriguez, Backart, all behind us, all trailing. And this peloton does not appear to be coming back together at this point. Though those 45 riders, not necessarily out of contact. I know not all of them would make it back, but some certainly could. Got this little uphill right here. Not much to that one. But again, it is short and steep. But these double climbs, the penultimate will, I think the last time through especially, I think it's going to shrink the group down to 20, 30, 40 riders. And then the final climb, the Mur de Huy, is going to obviously be the decider as it is in real life for La Flèche Wallonne. Which I've only managed to see a couple times. If you've been following the channel for a while, or even the series for a while, I know I've at least mentioned a time or two in the US that we've had a real lack of coverage until really just these last 2 years. So Restrepo's trying to get water right now. I wonder where he is. Near the back. It's actually kind of a good thing right now because this is... Oh, hello. Contact again. Right near the front, and that's where you need to be. You need to be in that first 4, 5, 6, 8 riders over that climb to have any sort of chance. At the moment, Peloton now 64, 86 riders, pretty much the same riders as before. Look how everybody's moving up. There's Alaphilippe, the favorite. Poulsang, the next favorite besides Alaphilippe. There's where it really turns up. That's that half K point. Really steep through here. We're going to turn this corner and it's going to level off a little bit. And then this bend, it really levels off to the finish. And then just stay near the front. Restrepo never got around with... Oh, he did. He did. He made it with the water, but I don't have control over him, so not going to get any help. Now, in terms of energy, I got through that pretty easily, right? Double climb. I was here, burned to that, but the pace is going to pick up even more. Peloton's down to 56 already. Though there still could be some more yo-yoing. There's Van der Poel. He's here. It's definitely his type of terrain. Craig Anderson. Let's see. Johnny Mascan. Mühlberger. Nicholas Roach. Lutsenko. Kort Nielsen. This is all the big favorites for this type of terrain, which we are definitely not. My goal is maybe squeeze a top 10, but my realistic goal is just get in the top 25. 4 riders still off the front, but they are down to 25 seconds. They will be reeled in quite soon. Peloton at 57 and 12 going the wrong direction. Gaps opening, meaning we're down to really just these 57 to contend. These 4 guys off the front. Taro, Mezgec, Toynes, Vincent. Was that Dylan? Anyway, those 4, they've been reeled in. They're probably going to go straight out the back here the next little bit. And you can see the pace is picking up. I'm going red now. I've got good hill rating today. It's an 81. Resistance is also really good. So this could give me a chance. Could. But it's going to be pretty hot on the tempo, and I am getting relatively tired here as we approach. If I can recover just a little bit on the descent coming up, that would be perfect, but I don't think that's going to happen. Peloton is shrinking to 46 riders. Fellini trying to use that short little punchy one to create a solo run at this, but that's not going to work. Really, he's just picked up the pace. But there you go. It's cracking the field. 22 there for a moment. 10K. 10K. I don't want to crack over the first climb. I want to save this for the second climb, so hopefully we'll be good. I'm going to move forward just before the climb. And then, here we go. Let's do that now. And then we're going to try to go up at about an 86 and stay near the front. 85, good. We're at the front. At the front, that's good. 84, ease up. Okay, now we pick up the speed a little bit. 88, we just don't want to drift back. There's Alaphilippe. Michael Woods, is that? No, Volgren. There's Woods behind him. That's right, EF. Froome's here. I didn't know he was here. Okay. Take a little punishment, but there you go. We're down to 22 riders. 24 riders. And now it's all about moving up. I'm in the top 25 now. Top 25. Moving up, moving up, moving up. Here comes the climb. Michael Woods backing off. 2 riders off the front again. And here we go. Final time up the Mer de Huy. 1K from the top. Energy's low. Energy's low. 1 rider's getting away a little bit. 4 guys are getting away a little bit. And let's sprint. We've made it to the top. Julian Alaphilippe gets a little breakaway. I run out of energy before the top. Fuglsang takes second, so there's your expected top 2. Schachmann third. Van der Poel fourth. Daniel Martin, good finish for him in 5th. Gaudu, good finish. Chris Froome 7th. Youngles 8th. I'm going to miss the top 10, but I will definitely have my top 20. Kwiatkowski, Kreuziger, Mollema 15th. I like it. I like it. That is a solid finish in a World Tour race. Dylan Toynes, Michael Woods, Gianni Mosca, and Lutsenko, Lawrence DePoose. That was a very good result for us. Not necessarily our strong suit. Not bad. I mean, we don't have a bad hills rating. And we certainly had good race day condition today. Resistance still not great, but at a 69, it's getting there, you know?
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
It's absolutely a day for a punchy classics rider, aka the guy who won it, clearly, with an edge. Alaphilippe is that guy. Finish a minute 9 down in the gap. This was the group I was with. I faded from them right at the end, but I had enough of a clearance over the next group on the road to still stay 10 seconds clear of that group. Slightly irked here. Had to take a moment to gather myself. I get this. The objective was work. I got the exceptional evaluation. I got the 10 points. There was no expectation in the general classification. The fact that I finished 15th overall, which by classification would be a top 25 finish. If a top 25 was beyond the wildest dreams of the team, reason why they didn't name me as leader is they didn't expect a decent finish, shouldn't finishing in 15th, as in finishing in the top 25, shouldn't my boss been ecstatic about that? Manager satisfaction's plus 2%. Yeah, screw you. There's really only a couple things that still drive me nuts on this game. Time gaps that are there, that aren't given. Time gaps that are there for many, many, many kilometers that aren't given. I know I rant about that often. That's the other thing. Just the evaluation phase in Pro Cyclist mode still needs some serious balancing. So we're into a 3-stage race, the Vuelta a Castilla y Leon. Yeah. Castile, Leon. So, 2 sprints and a punchy hill. Nothing happened in stage 1. Nothing happened in stage 2. Not really suited for me, stage 3. I'll see you on stage 3 though. With 120 kilometers to go here on the final stage, we have just had the rain stop, and we're just hitting the first of the climbs for the day. Sergio now in the breakaway, Figueiredo in the breakaway, going for the KOM. Right now, the race status, we had 2 sprint stages. Everybody should be on the same time, and most of the field is. A few exceptions. 8-10 riders or so that dropped off the back between the 2 stages that are out of contention in that manner. Domestiques, naturally, for those. But at the front of the field, 3 riders. Slightly surprising. Those 3 riders were the remnants of yesterday's break. So stage 2 breakaway survived for a small gap victory. Stage winner, Tony Martin. Azarmendi in second. I want to say it's Berardi in third. As we go over the second climb of the day. speed this up a little bit. Right up near the front for that one. 6 riders, 3 minutes. Here's the biggest climb of the day, and we're onto it right now. Does not look terribly steep, but it certainly goes up for a little while. I have co-leader status. Restrepo is the other.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps. That's more than 2 minutes separating them. A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
And one of the unfortunate things for me is the team's goal. A bit optimistic. Profile really does not suit what they think might happen on this one. So the magazine and the team think I can actually do quite well and get a top 3 on this stage. I wouldn't say that it's impossible to do so, but it's not going to be easy. At the moment, we've got a split peloton, just 36 riders. Now, if this were to hold, that would be amazing, but it's not going to be the case, as you can see we've already had contact regained, and we're up to 102, and I think most of the field will get back at us. There is a lot of undulating terrain, though, between here and that Category 3 climb before the end, and of course, the finish. You've got a penultimate that's not too steep, not too long, fairly gradual, but that final climb, certainly a good one. We might be able to do something with. We might be able to get ourselves into the top 10 on that stage, but more than that, not so sure about. So the overall in the standings, a lot of riders are going to get dropped before that climb. It's going to move me up considerably. The bulk of the field is all at that 34-second deficit to Tony Martin right now. So just those few riders and a couple bonuses from the stage 1 victory. Mora, flat, out the back. He is Restrepo's guy, and Restrepo has not gained anyone else, so I still have 4 riders to my name. You can already see quite a few of them are tired. Lastra's doing okay. Molina, kind of. And we've got a lot of stage left to cover. Let's go times 4 here. Final third, 63K. I should send somebody for water now before it gets too late, like Molina. Molina, go ahead and get water this last time, huh? 96 riders. Just don't get yourself dropped there, Molina, please, please. Back through to Gonsalves. A little uphill section there. Did him in pretty bad, though. So he might not make it back forward. He's been kind of yo-yoing right there around Gonsalves' position. We see a temporary split, 29 riders now. Didn't even take significant undulation, just minor undulation to split this field up. Back up to 51. Lastra, Restrepo, the only ones around, and I don't have control over, well, Lastra I have. And Mesquita, those guys are all out of energy. They're not going to come back, so Peloton yo-yoing somewhere between 40 and 50. That number is going to continue to dwindle away, and I'm getting pretty tired here even. Not sure if that's just heavy rains, or if there's something floating around in the air, or if you get that little bit higher, you're seeing little bits. Is that snowflakes? Or is that just the rain? Okay, Restrepo's doing good. I'm doing very good. Mostly recovered already through that section. Lastra is coming with water, or got here with water. Okay, go ahead and protect. Give whatever you've got. Here's that last categorized climb of the day. 4 riders still off the front. They've got 30 seconds. Who is it? Figueiredo, Antunes, Sergio Henao, and Stymie. There they are. That's 40 seconds, though. That is not a small gap. But a little acceleration could pressure things, and maybe I can bridge this gap. I don't care about the points, just trying to catch on. These guys are fighting for the KOM. That sucks. There you go. Made contact. Made contact. Small gap. Ah, don't sit up! Okay, 7 riders. There's Tony Martin covering down on my attack, De La Cruz. And there comes the rest of the field. Plenty of time to recover, though. I suppose that's okay. They weren't interested in keeping their breakaway anymore. Figured they'd want to, and I could just sit on for a little bit. Instead, they just sat up and let the field catch us. Okay, so we have 2 climbs left. That first one is pretty soft.
15 kilometers to the finish line.
It's pretty soft. That final climb will definitely decide this one. I'm already recovered. Lastra is back. Let's get you up here. I'll try to follow him over the first climb.
Team plans could well be turned
Tosh van der Sande with the fall. Drops him out of the group. 46 here. You can see at least a few Lotto Soudal riders. Some Jumbo Visma riders. Fair bit. With 46, you figure there's got to be at least 2 per team or thereabouts. Especially if we're talking about the 18 World Tour teams. I've got 3, so good shape on that part. Coming up on that first one. I don't want to attack the first one. I just want to be near the front. I will use up Lastra on it. He's not going to help me out on that last climb. We'll use our mountain pace for this one, so I don't need to attack it hills-wise. But I've got that really solid mountain pace. It's an 81 today. The hills a 79 today. Resistance, not great. Lastra's done, but we're about to go over the top. And we're right where we want to be. Now, those guys probably burned up a lot more energy than I did. I'm going to continue riding just a little bit longer here. It's not hurting me at just an 85. A little late on my gel. A little late on my gel. 34 riders. 1K to go.
Wow, that's one attack that's going to leave a good view in its wake.
Restrepo's attacking.
Are giving their all.
And here comes my sprint. Come on! Come on! For the win. I think we've got it.
A really
Got it.
sprint finish to claim
Nice. David De La Cruz takes second. Daniel Martinez third. Restrepo. Solid finish for him in fourth. Egg in fifth. Alberto Betancourt sixth. Izaguirre seventh. Nealons, Azurmendi, Tony Martin, they're both up there. So it looks like Tony Martin's going to hang on to the overall race victory over Azurmendi. I won't have a time bonus over any of them.
across the line. It's a bit of a
And we've got that group of 31, 14 just behind. I may have launched myself up into third. For the overall. Find out here in just a moment if that is the case. Last couple riders coming home.
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
Nice. Love it. Antwerp team charging hard. Good result. I wasn't even the only one. That wasn't the highest level of competition we've been up against, but a victory is a victory on a punchy stage, which not my strong suit. So I'll take it. Like I said, though, I think Martin's going to have first place. Azurmendi should have second. Again, those were the remnants of the breakaway. That is exactly the case. I read that completely to a T. Right. I do get third place, moving up. The other guy who was up there in the standings previously, long gone, he was dropped. So 2 of 3 survive in this final grouping. with my time bonus, I move up to 3rd place. De La Cruz moves up to 4th. Martinez moves up to 5th. The sprinters were gone, so time bonuses that they had are left behind. And then you're left with count back from there. Gorka Izaguirre and Restrepo, top 10 for him. So, very good evaluation because we got 1st instead of just top 3. 3rd in the overall, 2nd in the young rider. That's worth 52 points. 13% finally. We're getting up into a happy zone. Asturias is the next race. That one does suit us a bit better. So, looking forward to that coming up. In the meantime, we'll check in. Lopez, 500 points clear of Chris Froome in the World Tour rankings at the moment. So he's having a really good season. A couple unknowns that I don't really think I've raced against this season. Ahead of me in the Continental standings, I'm now back up a couple spots to 3rd place. Whippert, Vanderhorn, those I've been up against a lot, but I don't think I've faced these guys. Super Prestige, up into the top 25. 21st to be exact. Matthew Van Der Poel jumping out of nowhere to come up into 20th now, a little ahead of me. And that is a really solid total at this point, far eclipsing all of last season, and it's still April. So 4 months through the season of a 10-month season, and we have far outscored what we did all of last year. So things are going well here on the Continental Pro Antwerp team. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.